David, you can't face that giant. We've been talking all week about time and mountains, time to move the mountain. Well, Goliath was a mountain of a man. And little old David was going to go move him. Everybody scoffed David. Everybody laughed at David. You ain't going to do that. You're just a little boy. You can't do nothing. I have you know, when I was 7 and 8 years old, I used to be out in that church out there, and at the Church of God, quoting scripture after scripture after scripture after scripture. God can use a child and will use a child. The calling of God knows no age. Not only can He use a child, He can use somebody that's 102 years old to be a minister. Whatever the calling may be, well, whoever needs the ministering to, God is going to place it in whoever He can use. Saul said, David, you're too small to go fight this giant. Here, if you're so dead set on doing this, put all this heavy armor on. Take this heavy sword. Put my helmet on. I can just imagine somebody about the size of Tristan putting on a full suit of armor. He couldn't move. David took the armor back off, said, here, I don't need this. Take it away from me. And then he went to face his giant. This same giant that had been tormenting the entire children of Israel army for quite a while. Him and the rest of the Philistines. Come down the hill and laugh at him. Come down the hill and scoff at him. Call him names. Call him, I can just about imagine. Today we would use words like chicken or wimp or... I can imagine Goliath coming down this hill saying, look at the bunch of wimps the Israelites are. Yes, I'm paraphrasing, but that's okay. Let's start at verse 45 in 1 Samuel chapter 17. This is already after Goliath had scoffed at David and laughed at him and said, go ahead, come on, I'll feed you the verse. But I want to look closely at these few verses right here. Then said David to the Philistine, you come to me with a sword and with a spear and with a shield. But I come to you in the name of the Lord of hosts, the God of the armies of Israel, whom you have defied. This day will the Lord deliver you into my hand, and I will smite you and take your head from you. I will give you the carcasses of the host of the Philistines this day unto the fowls of the air, and to the wild beasts of the earth, that all the earth may know that there is a God in Israel. And all this assembly shall know that the Lord saves not with sword and spear, for the battle is the Lord's. He will give you into our hands. Now, we've been talking all week about moving the mountain, and it's time to move. It's time to go. It's time to move. This is how the theme of the revival has been going. Now, Goliath had been tormenting the Israelites, terrorizing the Israelites. Everybody was scared of Goliath, all but little old David. But I like what David said to him. David said, you fight me, you come to me with a sword and a spear. But I come to you with the Lord of hosts. I don't think you heard me. I said, I come to you with the Lord of hosts. This day, the Lord will deliver you to me. When you're going through your everyday battles, when you're going through your everyday torments, when you're dealing with your giants, when you're getting ready to move your mountain, remember what David said. This day will the Lord deliver you to me. Move that mountain. David's fixing to move this mountain. The Goliaths that we come up against every day, We don't have to have fear. We don't have to be afraid of these giants. The entire armies of Israel were afraid of this one giant, the Philistine. Not David. David said, Daddy, let me go. I want to go fight. No, David, you're too young. You're too small. Daddy, I want to go fight. I need to be in the army. No, David, you're too little. You got to tend my sheep. Tend my shepherd. You're my shepherd. Take care of the sheep. Well, then David was sent to give his brothers food. And while he was there, little old David showed him how much of a man he really was. And David didn't take any of the credit. Now watch this. David said, and all this assembly shall know the Lord, not David, not Dan, not Claude, not Pastor Neff, the Lord saves, not with violence, not with a sword and a spear, but with love. This battle is the Lord's. I said it the other night, quit worrying about your problems. Quit fretting over what's going to happen tomorrow, because you might not have tomorrow. Quit worrying about the things that are going to go on. Quit worrying, dealing with the things that you've been dealing with. The battle is the Lord's, and He will take care of it.
Amen. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
He will give you unto our hands. This battle is already won.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Devil, there's no sense me even standing here arguing with you, because the battle's already been won.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I got better things to do than stand here and argue with the devil.